of inspiration is at the heart of all creation.
Spark a dream that we're meant to follow.
You're listening to the Extra Magic Hour, brought to you by Walt's Apartment Podcast and the DisInsider. Join the team in the studio as they bring you the spirit of Disney through park news, history, and tips and tricks to make your Disney Parks vacation even more magical.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Walt's. Why do I always mess this one up? Let's try again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Extra Magic Hour. We're a Disney Parks podcast brought to you by the DisInsider.com and Walt's Apartment Podcast. My name is Shawn, and I'm so excited to be joined by my awesome co-host here, Breanna. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great.
Good. So we are back again. It's just me and Breanna tonight. No Sam. Sam had some other stuff come up. So we're going to bring you some Disney Parks news, a little Disney Parks Did You Know? And then we're going to, no Imagineer feature because we didn't prepare
Sam's
for
not
that.
here.
We didn't. So that's fine. So let's get into it. Make sure you check out all of our shows. We have the Marvel Tribe, which is our Marvel-based podcast. We have Force Friday, which is our Star Wars podcast. We have the Walt's Apartment live stream, which is it's live on Wednesday nights on Facebook at 6:30 p.m. It comes out in podcast form on late Wednesday night, Thursday mornings on Apple, Spotify, and about 20 other different platforms. So check out all of our shows if you can. Check out our friends at DisInsider.com, all of their shows. You have the DisInsider show. You have news from the castle. Just check out everything that's related to the DisInsider. We're part of their podcast, and we're so happy to be a part of them. So let's get on with this show. We are just going to dive into it. Let's get into it. We have a lot of Breanna says, I said, Breanna, will you help me get some Walt Disney World news? I'll handle some Disneyland news. And she goes, Shawn, I have a page and a half of Walt Disney World news. So I think we dive into a few Walt Disney World stories. We'll throw in a few Disneyland because Disneyland right now is just a lot of construction, and we'll talk about that, what's going on there. And I want to talk to Breanna a little bit about, she lives actually 10 minutes away from the park now, how that is, what that life is like. So Breanna, hit us with some Walt Disney World news and tell me about, because I know what you're going to talk about yet. So let's go.
All right. So some of this is because we do this every other week. Some of it you might have heard on our other shows, but most of it is a little bit new or we haven't really discussed. But the first one up is that the minivans are coming back. And we did talk about this, I think, last week on Walt's Apartment.
We did.
But this is a interesting piece of news because it was kind of rumored a bit because a lot of travel agents and people noticing that Disney had started a private car service at around the beginning of the year, and they started taking that off of their package deals. You were no longer able to book the private car service. And then 2 days later, they announced that the minivans were coming back. This is a cool service. You get, it's powered through Lyft. So you go through the Lyft app. It's run by cast members and the cute little vans that are all, decked out in red and white. Well, red and then white polka dots.
So they are actually, it's owned by Lyft? It's run by Lyft?
It's powered by Lyft, yes.
Oh, okay.
Drove by cast members.
That's cool.
I do know, I guess, I was reading some other people's stuff about it, and I didn't really understand or realize this. I guess the cast members are kind of like this in between, they're not really affiliated with the other transportation cast members. Mm-hmm. So there was kind of a block where they didn't really have that representation. But this means more cast members are coming back to work. So
yeah, for sure.
This is a great thing.
For sure.
And then this can get you in and around the Walt Disney World area. You can take it to and from the airports and then throughout the Walt Disney World.
How far is the airport from there?
30 minutes, 20,
okay.
30 minutes.
It's not, so you can use that service for the airport? That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Nice.
And then
what else you got?
Should I just keep going? All right.
I'll throw some Disneyland in there. There's not that much Disneyland news. You do know that because you're there all the time. So if there's not that much, We have a lot of Walt Disney World listeners too, so that's totally fine.
So for the 50th, obviously the 50th is going for 18 months, and they've been consistently releasing new merch. Well, they came out with 4 new either expansions of lines that they've already had for lines of merch, or 2 new lines of merch. So they came out with the Iridescent Shimmer collection, which is this blue with a lot of gold tones in it. It's got a spirit jersey, a Loungefly backpack, ears, hats. And then they came out with the Vault collection of the balloon collection. So this is reminiscent off of the vintage bags that had the vintage balloons on it from when the park first opened. It comes with spirit jerseys, hats, backpacks. It's really cute. It's probably one of my favorites. Then they did do an expansion on the Celebration collection, which a lot of women like the dresses from the dress shop. So it's got the dress shop dresses and more youth apparel as well. And then probably what Shawn will buy the full shop of is the Vault collection of Orange Bird.
Oh,
with more dresses and 70s inspired clothes with Orange Bird.
I don't get the Orange Bird. We've talked about this so many times. I have friends that tell me I'm an idiot for not liking the Orange Bird, and I guess it's cool. I guess the idea of it is, was it in the 70s when it came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it looks like
70s,
it still.
Orange Bird, yeah. Well, that's what this line is, all 70s inspired clothing.
I'm like one that when I was married, we would do matching shirts and all that stuff, and then like this past couple of times, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm over that. I had another friend send me. They said, "Hey, check this out." It's that, and I think I don't know if you posted it or one of our other social media people posted it on our page. It was the outfits. Was that you that posted the Orange Bird matching shirt with the dress or something?
Yeah.
No, that was terrible. Someone sent me that same picture. Said, "Would you be willing to do this?" I said, "No, that's not going to happen." It's no. The Orange Bird is weird to me, and I think it's. I don't know, the Orange Bird. There's a lot of Orange Bird featured at Disneyland, which I think is odd.
Especially at Epcot.
Yeah. Well, even at Disneyland, I'm talking at Disneyland. Like
at Disneyland,
in the world of Disney, there's a lot of Orange Bird stuff. And I'm not trying to dog the Orange Bird. People don't get me wrong. It's not my thing. You know what I mean? But he's cool, I guess. You know, I wouldn't wear a matching shirt that says, "Hey, I love the Orange Bird," but no. So let me throw in one thing we talked about a couple times already. I think we talked about last month, the Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland has been closed since I think the 14th. So we've had a show since, and we talked about it a little bit on our last show, but since then there's been some other stuff happening. I mean, there's been the trees have been taken out completely. I don't know if you saw the pictures from Fresh Baked where they've completely taken up like all the brick and everything in that queue.
Yeah, I was like, I tried to look over the walls the other day when I was there, and I was like, I can't see over them. But
yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I was telling, who was I telling this? I don't know if you realize that hasn't always been like that. The bridge has not always been there.
I guess I didn't.
The bridge came like in the early 90s. It was just a flat walk up. You could walk up to the front of Pirates of the Caribbean. I get why they did it, to make some more room, put the queue underneath.
And I was like, it's a nice little way to get like a direct path to Adventureland from New Orleans Square. Because I'm like, I forgot to take the bridge, and I got to walk around all these people. So
And you have to think, I mean, that ride being closed right now, 3,400 people an hour is the capacity for Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland. So we were talking before you went on. You were saying, that's closed. Toontown's closed. I mean, you were saying you were there the other day. It's so crowded. Of course, it's going to be crowded. You have probably 5,000 or 6,000 people more an hour that are out and about.
Yeah.
Running around because they don't have anywhere to go. I think what you said, you were there, Big Thunder was down as well. So,
yeah, I was like, when I was there, Big Thunder was down. Just temporarily, like I've just noticed a lot of them were down throughout the day. So I was like, I don't even think it's actually as crowded as it feels. It was just that so many attractions were down. Right. Big Thunder was down. Jungle Cruise was down at one point. I heard the train was down at one point. I'm pretty sure the bobsleds were no. It was a beautiful day. I have no idea what was going on.
How did the trains go down? I don't understand.
I don't know. I honestly didn't know. Someone was walking by and they said, "Oh yeah, we can't get on right now." And I never actually looked at the app to see if it said it was down, and I didn't actually go pay attention. But that's what someone was saying, because their kid was walking by wanting to go on the train. So maybe they just didn't want to go on the train. Right. That definitely could have been. but I did notice that Big Thunder down was for a short period of time. Jungle Cruise was down for a little bit, but I did see it up and running that night. I never actually looked at the app to make sure it was official, but when I walked by like the Matterhorn, like usually you see a decent consistently, the cars going through, and I didn't see any going through. And then later at that night when I walked by again, I did. And I was like, so I think it was down for a short period of time, or having at least a delay. It's just a day. I don't know.
I know my family went on a trip there over spring break, and some other friends, a friend of mine who works up here, all went down there, and they said it was absolutely insane over spring break. And spring break in Oregon was the week of like the 22nd of March. So like that last week. So I guess it was just absolutely insane with the crowds and stuff. So
yeah. And I think they came out with more availability, but
I was just reading your text.
Next week actually had completely blocked out, like for annual pass holders. And I think there's new availability out, but I haven't paid attention.
Yeah, I think Gothic Rosie put out something today. There's a whole bunch of new reservations that just dropped.
Was not like that yesterday.
That's crazy. So it's like they wait and like, okay, so we need to fill it up more, and they know people are going to come. So hit us with a little more Disney World news, or give them a couple more stories. We'll throw in some more Disneyland
All right,
stuff.
We got a bunch of Epcot news. So first off, we just talked about this. You'll hear it, a couple days before, and probably have already heard that the Guardians of the Galaxy got their official release date of May 27th. A couple days before the release date, they started releasing pictures of what the queue is going to look like, and this ride looks beautiful. Like, I'm so excited just to
it looks so much fun.
See the building, walk through the queue, actually get to ride the ride. Like, it's going to be great. I have super high expectations for this.
When's your next trip planned?
I don't know. I'm thinking I have a little bit of chunk of time coming up at the end of April that I thought about going. And then if not, it'll probably be maybe mid-May, but we'll see. I like traveling in May better than I do April because of the spring break. But
that ride looks like so much fun.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this.
And so when do you think, we've talked about this a few times, I know, isn't there some kind of announcement meeting coming up in April? I heard they're doing some kind of like an investor meeting or so. I don't know. I saw something somewhere that they're still going to make some more announcements. And I don't think they announced Tron, and we discussed this on our last Extra Magic Hour. I don't think they're going to introduce Tron until after D23. I think that will be the big announcement. That Tron comes out next week. Tron opens next week. Be ready like that, because they're already testing. They're push testing. They're close. If they're push testing, that means that the ride's completely done. They're just taking they're doing their due diligence now. What's it been, 4 years they've been building that ride?
Exactly. And I was like, I get what you're saying with a nice announcement at D23, but they've already announced it at D23. Like, I just feel, what was it? It was their D23 event that they had in Orlando. I mean, it's much smaller than
the Destination D23, whatever it is. Yeah.
And I feel like every single piece of news during that was, we're bringing something back that we already had before. Like, it was just like, when you really sat back and thought of it, it was kind of the saddest thing ever, because all the news was just like, hey, we're getting back to what we used to be.
Right.
Applause. Right.
Yeah. And so going back to that topic now, they are, basically you live in California now. So how are the parks now with kind of pretty much everything lifted? What's it looking like? It's
not as bad as I thought. I still always have a mask in my backpack. I will forever miss having personal space in lines, but I'll just have to live. I got hit with like a lightsaber the other day, and I'm just like, man, I missed 6 feet.
So do you still wear a mask at work? You have to wear a mask at work still, right?
Mask at work, yeah. I don't see that ever ending, honestly.
Yeah.
But overall I'm feeling better. Honestly, as I noticed, obviously I work in the healthcare system, and I was like, as I noticed numbers drop through the units and everything, it made me feel personally better, seeing the numbers of COVID cases going down.
The babies are good though?
Babies are great.
Okay, good.
I was like, I haven't even had,
that's all that matters.
I was like, I haven't even had a baby. I was like, luckily I've been very fortunate to never have a baby with COVID. Definitely had some babies born to mothers that were COVID positive, but they have all been luckily negative.
Right. That's good.
So, but yeah, I was like seeing all
so
that.
The park's doing okay with that.
Park's doing, yeah. Well, I was like, I still see a lot of cast members wearing masks, which I don't blame them. They're around a lot of people.
Is it a choice now?
Day. I think so. I thought it was because
is there some not wearing them?
Maybe outside it's a choice. That might be because I feel like I have seen a few not wearing them.
Okay.
And now that I'm thinking of it, I really don't know.
Right.
But I definitely know they're always inside.
I haven't heard one way or the other. I'm not sure what that looks like or what that. Yeah.
Because I do feel like I've seen some outside not, but that. No, I don't know. I'm gonna have to like be super cautious and start looking around. But I do feel like outside, it's a.
Let me throw another Disneyland news in there real quick.
Okay.
Blue Bayou, which is attached to the Pirates of the Caribbean. If you have a reservation right now, don't bother. If you've seen the pictures of, I think we talked about this last week on the live, but it doesn't. It's not what it's not cool. It's just a big wall. There's walls everywhere right now, and in New Orleans Square, because they're preparing for Fantasmic coming back at the end of May. And how does that look over there with just everything having a wall around it?
It's definitely weird. I'm very happy that there is actually a lot of really cool artwork on the wall. There's a lot of really cool Pirates artwork on the wall, which makes it better. But
they're photo ops. Can't you stand next to them and do like different things with the?
There's some. It's just so crowded that I could never even. But yeah, there's definitely like they're really cool looking. But yeah, it's kind of weird going through and you're just like ready for the whole picture to be back. It's turning into Epcot. Which Epcot
I know
has been walls.
I get why they're doing that. I mean, when they built New Orleans Square in the '60s, they had step downs and stuff to get, and now they're going to flatten it all out. And I guess there's walls around like trees and like where all the steps were and stuff. And what people don't realize is that like all the lighting fixtures for Fantasmic are in that ground too, so they have to build around that. And so I think it's going to be nice to have it smooth. I know Dave from Fresh Baked said it's going to take away a lot of the ambiance of New Orleans, not having the step, because New Orleans Square is beautiful.
It's one of my favorite places in the park.
And I don't think it's going to look the same. I hope they, because they're taking away a lot of that. I think the fencing, you're going to lose a lot of that wrought iron fence look. Because from what I've seen, like between like the trees between Pirates and what am I trying to say? Haunted Mansion. There's like a lot of stairs and stuff, and I guess they're taking all that stuff out. They're just going to smooth it out and flatten out, make it kind of like a hill level. Which cool. I get it to make room, which I understand, but it's going to change that whole look over there. I hope they don't take the trees out. They've already taken out those two big trees at Pirates, and I hope they replace them, or I hope they replace them. I mean, you can move live huge big trees into that spot. I hope they do that and not just plant new trees, because it's going to take 20, 30 years for the trees to grow to create shade. You're going to need shade. You don't want shade structures built in front of the Pirates entrance because of how cool it looks. Yeah. You need the trees. So I'm curious what they're going to do. We have till mid-May, I think, to figure out what they're going to find out. So so that's more stuff going on there. Back to Disney World.
All right. Staying in Epcot, we have the new Connections Cafe menu has been released, along with the fact that Connections Cafe is going to have the park Starbucks, which everyone, there's going to be a Starbucks at every park. It's mandatory. So Connections Cafe is going to be where your new Starbucks is. This is kind of like a quick service sit-down area. There's plenty of seating. There's different foods kind of inspired by, Around the World Eats. It's got, there's a lot of sandwiches, there's different bowls. So there's a lot of options, a good kids menu with like, chicken strips, a cheeseburger. I think there's a little like bao bun, different desserts. I think there's like a milkshake. Let me see. Oh, a mango coconut milkshake. And then a watermelon mint agua fresca. And a cucumber Thai basil cooler. So yeah, this has definitely got a lot of different options, and it's gonna be a nice little. I mean, there's so much food in Epcot, but I mean, this is a nice. Cucumber is
cool. I mean, I went to
feel luxurious.
I went to a bar up here a couple of weeks ago, and we had a drink, and it was whiskey, and it was cucumber something, and it was $45 a drink, but oh my god. And like we, you know, at the end of the night, we're like, damn, this is really good. And the cucumber just gives it this totally different, like just taste and flavor. So I'm like, the
Alchemy, better for $45.
Yeah, Alchemy restaurant in Ashland, Oregon. Yeah, that's the shit. It's some of the best drinks I've ever had. I'm not going to lie. So yeah.
All right. Well, I just, told John off about paying $45 for a drink. I will go ahead and share my recent terrible spending. I spent $300 on a pair of Mickey ears.
You got are those the Coach ones?
Yeah, the Coach Disneyland ones.
Girl, those are freaking awesome. You need to post those on our page.
I do need to. I bought them at night because I walked in and walked out 4 times before I finally decided to buy them.
Those
so
are
I couldn't get a good picture.
I'm gonna. You guys, when we record this, we actually have we're actually using the same program that we use for our live stream. Damn, those are cool.
They're so sweet.
Those are really cool. Those are $300.
$300.
Okay, well, you're a big Loungefly gal too, because you crush it with our TikToks on.
Oh my gosh, I was like, I did not mean to turn our TikTok into a Loungefly thing, but for some reason, that's what takes off.
It works. So. That's what takes off. So.
But yeah, these I literally did. I walked in and out 3 times. I'm pretty sure it was like the same cast members, and they were like, "Would you just buy them?" But. Yeah, I will try. I was hoping to get a good picture of them at Disneyland, but hopefully I'll take them back. And the lady was like, "You're gonna wear them?
Those are awesome.
I love them."
What else you got?
Let's see. Even more Epcot news. Epcot has announced their dates for the International Food and Wine Festival. It starts July 14th, and it lasts 129 days, lasting until November 19th. Looks like a lot of the stuff coming back. They're coming back with 25 booths. It looks like they're going to do kind of the same thing they did last year, where the bulk of the booths opened at the beginning of the festival dates, and then some opened later throughout the months. They're bringing back the Eat to the Beat concert series and the Remy's Hide and Squeak scavenger hunt. So
nice. Let's go back to Disneyland. I know we've discussed this, but it's getting closer now. We're in April now. So I think by the next time we record, this stuff might be back or close to it. We have the Main Street Electrical Parade coming back with, and I'm not sure how I feel about this. They're replacing the Honor to America float, the 120-foot float at the end of the parade. Have you seen the Electrical Parade?
I have not.
Okay. Watch the video on it. You need to watch YouTube on it.
I guess I do need to now because I'll never see the original.
I get why they're doing this. And we talked about this on our live stream a little bit ago. They're changing it to like a small world theme. It's a 120-foot float that ends what's up, buddy? I'm in my new place and my roommate is here. Hey, buddy. How are you? What do you think? I'm recording right now. So can we talk in a minute? What do you think? It looks good, right? All right. Thank you, buddy. All right. Okay. That was Rodney. We're moving on now. Okay. So he's making me dinner, so I'm not going to complain about it.
Yeah. I'm
not going to piss him off. But yeah, they're changing that parade is they're celebrating the 50th anniversary this year. I'm 48 years old, so it's been around longer than I've been around. And it looks like it. That parade looks like it's 50 years old. I'm so excited that they're changing it to this new stuff. I wish they would have changed. I don't want to say the wrong thing here. I wish they would have changed it to still honor America, because it's a really cool. The way it ends is it's a huge 120-foot flag with an eagle on it, and it's cool. But I totally get what they're doing. It's a Mary Blair inspired. It looks like it's a small world now, which I think is freaking badass. I think it's going to be amazing. I will be down there at the end of May. I can't wait to see it, because I've seen it many times. We were talking on the live stream. It's they're going to have so many different characters on it. Encanto, what's her name?
Maribel.
Maribel's going to be on it. Moana's going to be on it. Merida's going to be on it. I think some Frozen stuff. Encanto's been out for 6 months. Is it 6 months or 6 weeks? It has not been that long.
But it was like November.
About November, so about 6 months, so 5 months, 4 months, and it's we talked about it's the number one song on Disney song ever now on Billboard Top 100, and it's already featured on the Main Street Electrical Parade, which that's pretty awesome. I'm not going to say I'm looking forward to it. The thing with this is the Electrical Parade is so iconic, and it's not going to look like the rest of the parade unless they're changing this whole parade.
That's kind of what I was wondering. I was like, what are these? Like, I mean, the concept art, which is what we've got so far, looks beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing.
But I'm assuming
I can't wait to see it.
Floats are going to look, in the best ways I was going to try to describe it. I was like, they're going to look a little more dull to like actually match the floats. But I was
unless
like, I know
they're
it's
changing
concept.
everything, which I don't know how they can, because there's a lot involved in that parade.
Yeah,
there's so much involved. I mean, if they touch Elliot one bit, they better not touch Elliot from Pete's Dragon unless they
Elliot and was it the snails? Are they snails? I was like, for some reason, I always see the snails.
I think they're snails. I don't freaking know, but that parade is so cool. The music is so cool. I listen to that music. I just listen to that song all the time. I love that song. It's gonna be weird to hear that song with it's gonna obviously be a different ending, because the ending that I have, I always listen to, is not gonna be the same music. But I'm never against anything Disney does. I'm not against this either. I'm looking forward to it. I just wish they would have kept some of that America part into it. Maybe they will somewhere else. I would hope they would, but yeah, I didn't mean to dwell on that. But you have an Electrical Parade coming back April 22nd. Brady's birthday, my son. That's his birthday, April 22nd. Also, April 22nd, Disneyland Forever. The best fireworks I've ever seen. Disneyland are amazing. Have you ever seen that fireworks?
I have not, and it's one
So good.
I have it also never looked it up because I was always hoping to watch it in person. So
okay, so you don't want to see it?
No,
because I'll send you the link if you want to see it, because it's an amazing. I listen to that music pretty much daily. Just the soundtrack from that is coming back. And then World of Color, which no one knows what World of Color. Have you seen World of Color?
Mm-mm.
See, I never have either. I've been to Disneyland 150 times and have never seen it. I'm looking forward to rumors of possible changes. I know people want to see Encanto in there. They want to see Let It Go. They want to see Moana in there. I don't know what's in the last show, because it's been 2 years since they've had any of this stuff.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know either, but I mean, it seems like a show. I mean, it's just a projection show on the water, like the fountains. Yeah, so it was like, it's something very versatile that they could, I assume, decently easily can add and take away. So,
and then you have May 28th, I think it is. I really hope when I'm there at the end of May that they say, hey, we're going to have a quick showing or a preview the week before of Fantasmic, because Fantasmic is my absolute favorite. I'm sure you've seen Fantasmic.
Yeah, I've definitely seen Fantasmic. I've actually only seen it at Disneyland.
I hope they don't touch that show. I hope they.
That would be a lot to touch. Like they would really have.
They just changed it right before. They changed it in 19, I think, right after Galaxy's Edge opened, because it closed by the built Galaxy's Edge. So I
was gonna say, I remember when it was closed, and then I remember it coming back and everyone talking. I've only seen it with the Pirates.
Fantasmic 2.0. So you've seen the Pirates? Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I love Fantasmic, and I can't wait. And according to what's going on there, and I follow so many content creators there, and you're there all the time as well. So I mean, they have one of the fountains fixed so far. It looks like they're not doing trips around the river now for the rafts. They're just doing the crossed again, so that's good. Two of the fountains, because it's a water projection show as well. The best show. It's so good. I can't wait to see that. And if I don't see it, then I'll see it when I go back for D23 in September, unless I go sometime in the summertime. But I got to see Fantasmic, because it's just the coolest. So I didn't mean to go off down the rabbit hole there. Go back to Walt Disney World. Let's go.
We have time. Let's see. So this one is actually taking some Epcot news and moving it to Magic Kingdom. Okay. Everyone's favorite Werther's caramel popcorn is now going to be sold in Magic Kingdom. So this was only sold at the Caramel Couche store in Epcot, and this has been like a fan favorite of everyone that goes. It is Werther's caramel. So it is going to be sold at Big Top Treats and Magic Kingdom. This was announced on National Caramel Day, and they're actually starting to move some Werther's caramel apples and other treats throughout the park in different areas, and they're coming out with a special caramel apple for the 50th.
Oh.
anniversary.
Can't go wrong with that.
No.
All right. What else you got?
This one is for both parks. I don't think we've talked about it on here, but the traditional meet and greets are coming back.
Yes.
Like,
well, we talked about last week on the live. It was a rumor last week, and I know like Gothic Rosie actually said, I have something to, I feel bad for her. I don't know if you follow Gothic Rosie.
I mean, it's always on the Walt's apartment pages.
She has some of the best. I don't know what she does or who she knows at Disneyland, but she has all the information all the time.
And it's like she's got like the most detailed stuff fast, and I'm like, I can't even think.
I text her, I message her and I say, hey Rosie, are they going to have dining packages for the shows yet? She goes, no, Shawn, I'll let you know when I know. You know what I mean? So but she just knows everyone. I don't know how, but she said, I have an announcement to make tomorrow. And I feel bad because people were making it before, obviously, because people found out before. So I think she waited till the end of the day and finally announced it. But yeah, April 18th, character meet and greets are coming back. And that's a huge thing to just, it's a huge, I don't know. It's good. It shows things are getting back a little bit of normal because, I mean, everyone wants to hug Mickey Mouse. And it's hard for Mickey Mouse to be. My son got engaged in October, and we went to the Plaza Inn, and I asked them before. I said, "Is there any chance Minnie could hold the ring and give the ring?" And they said, "In previous times, yes, we could have done it, but right now we can't." And it didn't diminish from the moment. I mean, it was still great, and it worked out wonderfully. But that's just a huge part. I'm not one to wait in line for character meet and greets. That's because I'm more like, let's go. But I'm normally doing stuff for my grandkids or my kids, what they want to do, you know. But yeah, I mean, that's what people want, and I'm so excited for that. And it's for people. It's going to take away from lines too. People are going to be in line for characters, not want to be waiting in lines for rides. Let's be honest. It's going to help everything.
It is. I'm really excited. I'm not trying to be a downer by any means. I am a little worried for the cast members,
for sure,
or the friends of these characters, because they're going to be in close contact with a lot of people. And
you think face characters will do it too?
I think so, from what everything we've got.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't 100% know that. But I was like wondering if they're going to move stuff outdoors, like if they're going to kind of do like a phased thing.
Yeah.
Or if we're just going for it. I mean, that's kind of what they're doing right now, because they've got the Galactic Star Cruisers open, and you're allowed to be, up close and personal with all those characters. And I think when they did that, they just kind of had to be like, it's inevitable. We've got to.
Well, that is Florida back. Too, so that's different. So they're like, F it there. They don't give a damn. So, but
yeah, so But I was like watching Maribel come out and see people, and I was just like, wow, no one's actually got to really meet Maribel,
shake her hand, hug her,
give her a hug, tell her like how much like the kids coming up being like, like it's just going to be great to like have those personal, because I feel like they're kind of like on a stage and there's just like a crowd of people around them anymore. So it's
next time we talk, next time we do this show, I'll know who Maribel actually is. I'll understand that.
Shawn is going to watch Encanto.
I need to. It's been 5 months, so. Like I said, I've started it, but then I start something else and I get sidetracked, and it is what it is. But I'm so excited for meet and greets for more than one reason. I'm a selfish person when it comes to that, because I think also it will help the park as well.
I think,
it's going to detour lines from other stuff. But I agree with you 100%. I completely am worried about the cast members, because you know damn well all these people that aren't wearing masks, they're not all fully vaccinated. You know what I mean? And if you're not, and if you're at a place like that saying you are, shame on you, just straight up. I mean, I don't care if I get backlash for saying that, but shame on you for saying you are if you're not. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's just crazy. And I just hope everyone still, like, as much as we're trying to get back and feel like normal, and I know everyone hates masks. It's not like that's not, everyone feels that way, but we just have to actually start thinking of other people and just kind of still remembering, even if it's not a mandated rule right now, that it still can be as, respectful if you need one, if you feel comfortable with one. I mean, if you feel like you're protecting people, just, go for it. It's okay.
It's not a bad thing. And I mean, when it's a rule, follow the damn rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one likes doing it. I mean, you have to do it every single day for your job, and I'm sure you don't like it.
No, I was going to say there's points now. I was like, there's still points where like, sometimes I will forget that I have it on, and it's like, one of those things now, and it's like, just kind of a part. And then there's still days where I'm like, oh my gosh, I want this thing off my face right now. I like it's too much. It's too hot.
Right. Right.
So I was I feel that too. And I've wore one consistently now for 2 years. So it's everyone feels that way. And I understand no one wanting to wear them. And I feel a lot safer now than I did even like 3-4 weeks ago, taking it off more and more. But
how much more news you got?
A lot.
Let's go. I'm done with Disneyland. So Disneyland, basically, the other thing is that downtown Disney is destroyed. It'll be repaired in the next 2 years. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we've got the projections coming. The Encanto projections.
Oh, the Encanto projections are coming April 11th, I think, because Encanto is the world right now. So
yes,
Encanto is everything. So they've never done projections for any other thing, but Encanto, I guess, is better than Elsa. So
yeah,
I guess that's what people are saying. Or Coco. I mean, I would have rather seen Coco. And like we talked on the live, I really thought watching Coco. I just thought it looked dumb. But once I watched it, I'm like, holy crap, this is the greatest movie ever. And it's the most beautiful movie I've ever seen. Visually. Yeah. Just it's so good.
And I think it's nice to bring something over to that area. I mean, obviously a small world's there, but I mean, with Magical Map not happening at the theater there and Toontown closed, like you can go over there and it's pretty empty. Like,
how many people in Toontown are they not? Are they trying to figure out something to do for now too? It's I don't know what they're doing. And then downtown Disney, AMC Theater's gone. We put that up on our Instagram. They finally got the metal structure down. It finally got taken down. I know that was the last thing they got down, but and then also the Earl of Sandwich structure got taken down. So I feel so bad for Earl of Sandwich. Honestly, so they announced like 3 years ago they're going to do this big old hotel right there in front of the Disneyland Hotel. So they closed probably one of the best restaurants in downtown Disney, which is the Rainforest Cafe. Right. Rainforest Cafe says, well, F you, we're not coming back. So you have this empty building there. Right. Earl of Sandwich is like, hey, we'll come back. We don't mind. We'll do it. Yeah, they come back and they're there for like a year. Now they come up with another plan. The theater never reopened. The AMC theater never reopened. You have a 10, 20 screen theater that, COVID didn't help with that at all. But, that's gone. But Earl of Sandwich, which makes great food, gone again, not coming back this time, unless it comes back to one of these new buildings or whatever they're doing there. But, so downtown Disney is just literally Starbucks. Isn't there a second Starbucks right there too?
Yes.
Wasn't there a Starbucks in that area?
I think there used to be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there used to be too.
It looks cool what they're doing. I see the vision. It's funny. I see the vision because there's a lot. If you look at the concept art of downtown Disney, there's like in that space there's like a huge like open area like of grass, which is nice. And I think it's nice because if you think about when Disneyland opened, there was so much space in the park that you could just sit and have a picnic and relax. And that's what they're doing in Toontown too. They're taking out all that stuff and they're putting in a park, basically. They're taking out Goofy's house or taking out Donald. Is it Goofy's house or Goofy's boat or something? Was it a boat or a house?
Isn't Donald's a boat?
Donald's boat and Goofy's house, taking that out and they're putting in another park in there that you can just Centennial Park where you can sit there and just chill like in a park. You need that at a place like Disneyland. I think it's a good idea. I don't know how long it's going to, until 5 years down the road, they feel like they need to put another attraction. Their Gadgets Go Coaster is going away. Which kind of sucks.
Should have rode it before.
You never been on it?
I've never been on Gadgets Go Coaster.
It's like 18 seconds of your life. You don't need back. It's fine. Okay. It's literally like the shortest roller coaster.
I do think I walked over to it and I was like, nah.
Yeah. Goes up, goes down, comes back around, and that's it. And it's over with, but I'm excited for that too. I know we're getting way off topic here because you have so much Disney World news. So go. Right. I'm sorry, Sam. Walt Disney World. Go on.
Wow. Yep. It's our day. We can shorten it.
Do what we want. That's right. Sam's not here to correct us.
All right. So Disney announced that at Walt Disney World, if you are a Disney Plus subscriber, you can get up to 25% off your resort stay. This is for
That's
stays.
crazy. That's so much. What a huge ass discount. Damn.
Now it's only
If we're
few.
paying $8 a month, I'm going to save 25% on my Walt Disney World trip. Let's go.
Yeah, like it's really showing that they're really trying to get more subscribers in, and they know they've got like all the quote unquote easy subscribers. They got all the people that were going to get it. Now they're working on all those other people. And yeah, so these are for stays between July 8th and September 30th. Now this is up to 25%. So the hotels that you can get 25% off is Animal Kingdom Lodge, Boardwalk, Contemporary, Grand Floridian.
Those are expensive
Riviera.
Hotels too, aren't they?
Yeah, and the Yacht Club. So these are all big hotels that cost a lot of money. That
I think Shawn's there right now. Where's he at? Isn't Shawn at Boardwalk?
Yeah, he's at Boardwalk.
Yeah, what a great view he has, damn.
Oh yeah, I was like, I want to stay on the Boardwalk at some point.
Did you see his video the other day? I think it was today, where it was like, in case you're wondering where I'm at, Epcot's here. This is Boardwalk.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
I was just like, I had never really seen the Boardwalk until one day I took the boats from Epcot to Hollywood Studios, and just like looking at the Boardwalk, I was like, I can't believe I've missed this all these years. And
I know I keep
really
saying
cool.
that. I need to go there. I think maybe next year I need to plan. That needs to be my plan, is to go to Walt Disney World. Maybe we all need to do a
group trip. I'm down.
There. Yeah.
No, I know. I was like, I need a good trip to Walt Disney World, because I take so many short trips that I just feel like I miss a lot of stuff constantly. Like I need a good trip where I'm not rushed. And
that's crazy. 25% off of because you pay $8 a month for Disney Plus. Yeah. Okay, so, that's fair.
And then the 20% off hotels is the Cabins at Fort Wilderness, Art of Animation, Coronado Springs, Port Orleans, French Quarter, and Port Orleans, Riverside. You get 15% off at the All-Star Movies, All-Star Music, All-Star Sports, and Pop Century. And 10% off you'll get at the campsites, Disney Caribbean Resort, and Disney's Wilderness Lodge.
Is Pop Century cool?
I really like Pop Century.
I know we did a while back. We did the thing where you were featuring. We need to get back into that too, where you feature all the hotels. But
yes,
I've seen so many people say that Pop Century, that looks so cool, and it's like right there in the park, isn't it?
It's a little ways out, but it's nice because you're connected to the Skyliner from Pop Century, so it's actually very convenient. I stayed at Pop Century for the first time in December when I was there, November into December, whatever that was. Nice. And yeah, the rooms from the outside, it's kind of got that motel feel because you kind of enter from like an outside room, but I think that's also just kind of like a Florida thing. And, but the rooms are nice. They were recently redone. It's got a Murphy bed and a regular bed. And since I was one person, I had the Murphy bed up, and that gave you plenty of extra room with a table. The bathroom's got plenty of space, and there's tons and tons of outlets, which is fantastic for all of your charging needs.
That's awesome. When I go down and I've stayed at the Disneyland Hotel. I went there on my honeymoon a long time ago. Grand California, and I stayed there like 3 years ago. And then I'm staying at the Paradise Pier this time. I'm excited to check that out. It's, then I can I've stayed in all the Disneyland resort hotels at least. So,
there you go.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. So,
yeah, I've stayed at Disneyland Hotel. We got like a discount for the Dapper Day weekend once, and
that's coming up too, isn't it?
It's coming up. I actually need to double check because I made a reservation for it, but I still haven't checked.
I think it's in April sometime. So Dapper Day's coming up this month. So look for that, folks, too. You got more news?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
So at Animal Kingdom, they are starting to update all of their live shows. This includes the Finding Nemo show that they are saying it is returning, but they are saying they have gave it a new look and a new title, and it's just going to be this new interpretation of kind of the same show. It's going to be called Finding Nemo, the Big Blue, and Beyond. It's got ... and beyond, so you got to have that pause in there,
right? So that's just like the ride at Disneyland, right? It's going to come back. No, I'm saying it's going to come back sometime.
Yeah. Do they have? Let me see if they actually have an official date.
No, they don't.
I don't think they do.
Now it said winter, Now winter's over. It's now spring. Now it just says coming. I think just says coming. It doesn't even say anything now. Yeah. Sorry, I keep distracting you.
Nope, you're good.
That's what I'm good at.
So the Finding Nemo show says it's going to bring a whole new point of view to the familiar tale of Nemo and friends. So we'll see when that comes back. They're calling it an update to the Festival of the Lion King. It's not really an update. It's getting back to where it used to be. So they're bringing back the tumble monkeys, and the birds will be back. These are things that they didn't bring back after the pandemic when they reopened the show, and they will be coming back. And they're updating Kite Tales. What they're doing is shortening the show to where, and making it more accessible to see around the lagoon. There used to be like a specific place where you should be sitting, and there was performers out like where you're sitting, and a lot of people are kind of speculating that they might be getting rid of those performers. We do not have word on that for sure. We just know that they are making the kites more accessible, and the show times are going to be shorter and more frequent throughout the day.
Okay, so a question about that.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just going to keep interrupting you. That's what I do. Do you think that's working? The kite show? Because every time all I've ever seen is kite fails. Anytime I've ever seen any videos. Do you think that show's working and they're getting what they want out of it? Obviously, if they're updating it, they're doing something.
I'm wondering if they've got some feedback that people thought it was either too long or they didn't want to sit down for it, or what they were doing, why they're shortening it. But honestly, yeah, there's a lot of things about the kite fails, but that's honestly what it was supposed to be. Like, this isn't them, like, that was something that they had kind of brought up that, like, yeah, this is just how they have to land. Like, it's not like a mistake in the.
I mean, Shawn even showed some videos. He's there right now, and he posted some videos, and it looked like it failed there too. Like it landed like in the crowd or something. Like, okay, well, that's all I've ever seen with that is this like landing in the crowd. But if that's what's supposed to happen, okay. There's
a landing port that is literally just like stands. And that's one of the landing spots. People like to go actually sit right beside it. So
that's fair. Then go on, Kite Tales. Let's go.
Let's see. At Animal Kingdom Lodge, there is new menu items for the restaurant Sana. I think I've got his name. It's Chef Sahib, and he is took to just kind of updating some of the menu items. There's I think it's like lamb, that's an appetizer that they've redone with a bunch of new spices. I know they've redone the steak and a couple other entrees. So even if it's the same entree that you're used to, might have a different taste. So
that's fair.
Yes, let's see. Oh, this one's fun.
Kind of good Sam's not here. We have a lot of news, so it's kind of good that Sam's not here. So thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Sam, for
But we're getting caught up though, so this is good.
Yes. Let's see. There are new Coca-Cola bottles for the 50th. So they came out with 5 new Coke bottles, one for each park, and then one special one for just the 50th. There's a blue. Well, it's like red, and then at the bottom, it's like got all the iridescent glitter on it. There's a blue Epcot one, a pink Magic Kingdom one, a green Animal Kingdom one, and a yellow Hollywood Studios one, and then there's one with gold at the top, and then it's got like all the colors kind of together for 50th, and they are $4.69 each.
Damn.
Let's see. So I don't know the date of this, but I did see this that it is the Warrior Games, Department of Defense Warrior Games are coming to Walt Disney World. So this is for, from what I understood, wounded warriors in the U.S. Armed Forces are coming together with other nations to just hold like a kind of like a Olympics type event. Cool. This is, I am not sure. I could not find the dates for when this is. It's going to be at the Wide World of Sports there in Walt Disney World. And along with this, they are hosting the 2022 Veterans Summit. The Veterans Summit is the 19th through the 20th, so I don't know if it's around the same dates or not, but that is being held at Walt Disney World. It's a nice way to honor veterans. I was looking at some of they have like rowing and wheelchair basketball, and so
that'd be cool.
Nice, yeah.
What else you got?
Let's see. We have the Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review is coming back. So this is at the Fort Wilderness Resort, and this actually opened in 1974, so just a few years after Walt Disney World open. This has all your favorite foods. Yeah. Fried chicken, smoked barbecue ribs, all of your favorite stuff's coming back. And it says that there's going to be a few updates to the script and scenery while staying true to the treasured experience.
If it's been 40 years, I would hope so.
So we'll see what's coming back. But that will be back at Fort Wilderness.
Nice.
Let's see. Oh, and I should have mentioned this with the discount, but as of March 31st, it is official that all of the Walt Disney World resorts have been open. We were waiting for All-Star Sports to open back up, and it opened up. And invited its first guests back in on the 31st.
Love it. You're crushing this, by the way. You're just doing a great job. So thank you for doing all this, because I don't know nothing about Walt Disney World. So
I think I've only got 2 more. All right. The H2O Glow After Hours event is returning. I have no idea what this is, and I did not get a chance to look it up. But if you like this, or if you want to do that,
if you like water, and if you like glowing water, check it out.
Go for it.
Yep.
I'm assuming this is at one of the water parks.
Yeah.
And then announced today is Walt Disney World is and around the area is making a affordable housing area.
I saw that. What was it, 800 acres? Was it
80 acres. 80 acres with 1,300 housing units. This will be offered to I forget they call normal residents, general public. Including cast members can live there. This is going to be built by a third party, and it's close to the Flamingo Crossing retail area. And basically, that's just supposed to be, and I don't know what they're considering for affordable housing. I hope it is actually affordable. I know that actually everywhere, especially, but I was
the word Disney's in front of it. It's not going to be too affordable. So let's be honest. I pay for it. You know what I mean?
But I do know, obviously, a lot of the areas inflation has really took up, and I do know that Orlando has been one of those areas where inflation has quadrupled some of the housing prices.
80 acres. So you think about 80 acres. So think about this. Disneyland Park itself, before the addition of Galaxy's Edge, was 55 acres.
Okay.
Galaxy's Edge is 14 acres. So it's really not that much space if you think about it.
No, I was thinking that too. I was like, my family owns 100 acres, and I can't imagine sticking 1,300 apartments on 100 acres. Obviously, I'm assuming this will be built up into multiple stories. And actually, the picture.
You think 1,300 rent, let's say $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Yeah, that works for 80 acres of property. Yeah.
Yes, and it says that there should be more information coming in the days to come. So probably time this is released, we'll have some more news.
Yeah, hopefully. So is that it?
I think that's it.
Wow, that's a lot of news. So let's talk about Imagineers, because Sam's not here. Imagineers are cool.
Imagineers are great.
Yeah, that's all we're going to say about them this week, because we don't have Sam here to do our Imagineer feature. She'll be back next time with the feature where we're going to start talking about the women in Imagineering, which will be awesome. Getaway Today, our sponsor for this show and the Walt Apartment Live show. Check them out, getawaytoday.com. Tell them Walt Apartment sent you. Call 1-800-GETAWAY. Or we have a link in our show notes here that tells you. And you can get lots of cool things there. There's lots of specials and promotions that Getaway Today offers, like Breanna talked about on our live stream, I guess. What was it you said?
Well, just the fact that a lot of people would probably already have their July vacations booked, and now they're offering that 25% off for Disney Plus subscribers. If you're using a travel agent, they're going to be able to change that for you, so you're not having to be the one on hold.
And they're awesome. Like I said on our live show, hopefully you listen to that before you listen to this, because you listen to all of our shows and not just one of them. Yeah, we'd appreciate that. But Rachel, Jen, they're all great people. They're Getaway. I interviewed Jen from Getaway today. She's the vice president when we first started this show, and she's amazing. And they started as a family business in Utah, and they just crush it, and they do a great job. They have a great agreement with Disney, and they help out Disney so much, and they don't charge you more to do anything they do. So check out Getaway Today, and as David would say, get you some. Get away to that. So it's just us two here. Do a little bit of Disney parks. Did you know we're going to wrap this up? So ladies first, tell me your Disney parks did you know information.
All right. I'll just go ahead and say it, but Shawn got this for me, so if it's wrong, no.
I know. Goddamn, I hope it's not.
No.
You're welcome, though. I think it's true.
No,
I don't know if it's true after what you said. So
no, I do. I was looking it up on the map, and it does feel right.
Okay. You fact checked me. You were fact checking me in this last hour.
You were the one. You were the one going unconfident, so I had to look.
It was the number one thing on the site that I typed in 14 random facts about Walt Disney World. That was the first thing. So it better be damn true.
And all I did was look at a map. I can't tell anything from it. So, so contrary to popular belief, Walt Disney World Resort is not fully in Orlando. It is in the city of Bay Lake. And I know Sam constantly talks about, like, they have their own zip code, I think.
Yeah.
Walt Disney World. So
yes.
Are they really in any of these cities? But yes.
You know, it's funny. It's funny you mention that because I watched a video the other day on Fresh Baked. David did a video about, I don't know, do you watch them?
Not consistently, but I have watched them.
They did a video the other day about the whole, the bill in Florida and everything about how Florida's going after Disney now and the Reedy Creek project. Something that I guess that Disneyland, Disney World itself has its own fire department, its own, has its own infrastructure. So whatever happens at Walt Disney World is paid for by Disney. It's not like the city has to pay for anything, and it's their own. They have like their own town, but some project that they're trying to go after and say that they could cancel that, and then because they're fighting over the bill and blah 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 and stupidity and just freaking whatever. So Disney, because you have an opinion, you can't. They're gonna go after you now. But
I was like, that's like. It's too much for me. I was that is just too much.
It honestly is. I totally agree with you there. So yeah, it is Bay City, I believe it is, or Bay Creek.
City, yeah,
Bay City.
But no, Bay Lake City.
Yeah, Bay Lake City rather than Orlando. It's because Orlando's bigger, so they just say Orlando. You know.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, you fly into the Orlando airports. I mean, I feel like the address I looked up, it still said Orlando, but I mean, an address is usually only one.
I always thought it was like Buena Vista.
Lake Buena Vista.
That's what I've always been told. It's Lake Buena Vista, Florida. So I don't know where this Bay City came from. So whatever sites you are that get it to me, if you're wrong, screw you. But I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you put that on there. It's been on there for a few years.
Yeah.
And my Disney parks, did you know, there was, although the Beatles were nearing the end in 1970 after the release of Let It Be, they officially called it a day at Disney World 1974. John Lennon received the paperwork that legally disbanded the Beatles during his Christmas holidays while he was staying at Polynesian Village Resort. Damn, that sucks.
I do remember that. I was like, someone brought you did they bring you the papers? They were
they brought you by the way, you're on vacation here. This is for you. Yeah. Well, you know that not John, but what was I going to say? The President Nixon, that President Nixon resigned at Walt Disney World too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, at the Contemporary. So he resigned there and says he's not a crook at Walt Disney World. So yeah, they got some good stuff there. But yeah, that's our Disney parks. Did you know? I told Breanna before we started, we don't have that much to talk about. We're not going to hit an hour. This is the first time in forever that we've actually hit an hour on the Extra Magic Hour. So Breanna, seriously, thank you for getting all that information.
Yeah.
It's good to know all that stuff, get caught back up with what's going on. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of our hosts. We did went through all this earlier, but I appreciate all of you so much. And check out all of our stuff. Check out Extra Magic Hour. Check out Walt's Apartment Live, the Marvel Tribe, which is crushing it right now because of Moon Knight. So you guys do a great show. Do a great job on there. Maybe now that I have my own space again, I might pop in every now and then.
Please do.
So for you, Breanna, thank you so much. For all of the listeners, thank you so much. Our followers, thank you so much. All the support you give us, thank you so much. And with that being said, we hope you have a magical day. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Sam says bye too.